So today we're going to tackle two sides of the very same coin. First, we'll look at a super modern, totally real way you can start generating income online right now. But then we're going to pivot to something that's honestly even more important, the timeless psychology behind not just making money, but building true, lasting wealth. Here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with what feels like a modern digital gold rush, and I'll give you a concrete blueprint for making money on YouTube. After that, we'll dive into the deep end, the real challenge. We'll talk about the mindset you need to actually keep that wealth, what wealth really is, and how to use it to buy the one thing that truly matters, and that's freedom. You know, so many of us are searching for a way to get some control over our financial lives, right? To build an income stream outside of the traditional 9 to 5. The internet is just buzzing with opportunities. But let's be real, the hardest part is figuring out where to even start. And that brings us to this. This has become a massive opportunity. We are talking about channels that rake in millions of views, generating some serious income, all while the creator never ever has to step in front of a camera. It's an incredibly powerful model for anyone who's looking to get their foot in the door. Okay, so how does this actually work? Well, the blueprint starts with a really crucial first step, picking the right area to focus on. Because, believe me, some niches are just way more profitable than others. These are the big 6, and you might be asking why these? Well, it boils down to 3 key reasons. First, the demand is massive. I mean, millions of people are searching for this stuff every single day. Second, they have a high CPM, which basically means advertisers will pay you more money for every 1,000 views your videos get. And third, they open up all these other ways to make money beyond just ads, like affiliate marketing or selling your own digital products. And here's where the whole opportunity becomes really tangible. You can literally see the path from content to cash. So in the health niche, right, videos on gaining muscle can earn from high-paying ads and from promoting supplements. In wealth, if you're talking about investing, you can monetize with affiliate links and online courses. Each one of these niches has a clear, proven strategy just waiting for you. You want to know the best part, though? The barrier to entry is incredibly low. You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need a studio. The entire process is just writing a script, grabbing free stock footage from websites like Pexels, and then editing it all together with free software. It is so much more about being consistent and providing value than it is about having a big budget. All right, so you've followed the blueprint, you've built a channel, and hey, the money is starting to roll in. This is the point where most people think the journey is over. They think, I made it. But in reality, this is where the real work, the hard, psychological work, truly begins.
And this is the question that separates fleeting income from real, lasting wealth. Because earning money and holding on to it, they require 2 completely different skill sets, and maybe more importantly, 2 completely different mindsets.
This quote from Morgan Housel's incredible book, The Psychology of Money, just nails this idea. It points out this dangerous paradox. The very ambition and the risk-taking that helps you build an income can be the exact things that completely destroy your wealth if you're not careful. I mean, this just illustrates the contrast perfectly. Getting wealthy often involves taking big, optimistic bets on things. But staying wealthy? That's all about survival. It's about humility and even a little bit of paranoia to protect what you've built. Just think about Mike Tyson for a second. The man earned over $400 million in his career, an incredible feat of getting wealthy. But by 2003, he was bankrupt. He absolutely mastered the first skill, but he never learned the second. And that mindset shift brings us to one of the most misunderstood ideas in all of personal finance. We are just socially wired to judge wealth by what we can see, but true wealth, real wealth, is almost always invisible. Think about it. When you see someone driving a $100,000 car, what do you actually know about them? The only thing you know for sure is that they have $100,000 less than they did before they bought it. They could be drowning in debt. See, real wealth isn't the car. It's the unspent income that's been saved and invested. It's the stocks, the bonds, the real estate, all the assets that are quietly growing in the background where no one can see them. And there's no better example of this than a guy named Ronald Read. He was a janitor and a gas station attendant up in Vermont. To everyone who knew him, he was just a regular, quiet guy. He drove an old car and lived a simple, frugal life. Nobody would have ever described him as rich. But when he died at the age of 92, he left behind an $8 million fortune for his local library and hospital. Everyone was stunned. How did he do it? He simply saved what little he could and invested it patiently in blue-chip stocks. His wealth was completely invisible because he never spent it. He was busy building wealth, not just the appearance of it. So, if wealth isn't really about the fancy cars and the luxury items, then what's it for? What's the ultimate goal here? Well, the answer is incredibly simple, but also pretty profound. The highest dividend that money pays is control over your time. It is the ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. It's building what some people call an FU fund. Enough savings to just walk away from a job you hate, or a boss you can't stand, or any situation that makes you unhappy without ever having to worry about paying your bills. That is true wealth. It's freedom. And the secret ingredient to building that freedom is time. Just look at Warren Buffett. We think of him as this brilliant investor, which of course he is. But his real secret is that he's been a good investor since he was basically a kid. The vast majority of his fortune, over 99% of it, was earned after his 50th birthday. It's not just about getting crazy high returns. It's about getting decent returns that you can stick with for a really long time, and just letting the power of compounding work its magic. So as we finish up, this is the question I want to leave you with. Whether you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or you just investing your paycheck, ask yourself this. Is your goal to show people you have money, or is it to build a life where you rarely even have to think about it? One of those is a fleeting illusion. The other is true freedom.